Yeah, I'm gonna start this live as baby mama drama with one of my sons. I'm waiting on them to join. They got my baby on double bracelets, and I feel some kind of way about it, of course, because to me, it's no different than shackles on slaves. They had double shackles on the wrist. They had double shackles on the around the legs. So, as a parent, I feel some kind of way about that. I have some attorney friends, and I want to bring light to this because it's like it's kind of like rehashing old memories, and it's degrading. You know what I'm saying? It's degrading to me. I feel if we taxpayer money is paying for the services to assist or help the court systems and jails, therefore the people that come out to put the braces on you, the people that come out to take the braces off you, why can't they be assigned to do around the clock, to go check on the addresses of the people that's on house arrest, per se, to see if they're there or not. And if they're not, that's when you put the warrant out and just lock them up. I don't see add me to your credit as an authorized user, Georgia. I need that. Man, I'm talking about something serious and you talking about some. I don't even know you, man. I'm having a serious conversation. Why would I put you on my credit line? That's for my children. It's sad people don't want to be you no more. They want your blessings, Jack. It's crazy. So I don't know if you trolling or what. I'm waiting on my son to come in here, though. Because I don't appreciate what I got to see him go through as a father. I don't want to see my son that's doing well for himself dealing with nothing like that. So I want him to really, he ain't got to go into detail about his whole situation, but then again, he can speak on it. I know it's some baby mama drama. I don't like that, you know what I'm saying? He worked, he got his own trucking business, he owned multiple trucks. He do great by my granddaughter, you know what I'm saying? I love to see it. He don't miss a beat. Some guys play favoritism. If they have a girl, they really stray away in some cases. And then if it's a little boy, the father be there, Johnny on the spot. Sometimes it can be other way around. Or, if a person don't get along with the baby mama, then it puts stress on the child, you know what I'm saying? But he got enough siblings and we got enough family members to where it's that one of his sisters can get in touch with the baby mama and pick my granddaughter up and keep her, or bring her to them. But I don't like the fact that parents go through it all the time, and co-parenting could be good and it can be bad at certain times. Let me see. You got to send a request, but how you do this? Send a request, Dan. Yeah, you got to send a request, because they ain't. Let me see something. see something. So yeah, I want to see if anything, Burley is gonna be nothing. Gonna be 100%. It'll be, they'll slide something in on you. But yeah, I just really want to speak on my son bonding out and having to have on 2 house arrest bans. So, as a father, a knowledgeable father, it took me back into thinking of shackles and slavery times. Because I'm like, why you got on, 2 house arrest bans? It's crazy. But he can show y'all himself when he come on, but I wasn't feeling it. What it do, son?
What's the word, Pops?
Man, I just was saying how I'm affected by, you having not 1 but 2 house arrest bans on. And for me being a knowledgeable person, of slavery and a history of where we come from, I don't understand why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the purpose of 2 house arrest bans? And I have friends that's in the, that's attorneys and things like that I would want to ask them, like, why is nobody looking at that as degrading? You know what I'm saying? Like, see it, stroll down. Let me see, so the people will even see what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
So just me as a father, I'm not proud to see my son in 2 house arrest bans. Like, I'm sure parents that go see their children in jail and they bringing them out on a visit in shackles, hands and feet. Like, what's the difference from slavery times to where they done that? And what's the difference from then and now? The phone freezing up now. He might have to go out and come back in. And if I see some of my attorney buddies, y'all feel free to jump in and explain to me what happened. I mean, to explain to me he gonna have to join back in. His phone went out. Let me tell him. Wherever you move to, wherever walk to, serve is bad. Serve is good. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna let my son show y'all this, man. It's degrading to me as a father. It's degrading to me as a melanated man. We gonna go back to it. Like, show the double bands, and I'm really, like I say, I'm affected.
How you even flip the camera on him?
Tap it and
This new
tap it.
update, crazy.
Oh, you ain't updated?
No, I did. That's what I'm saying. So
Well,
I don't know what
just turn the phone around then.
I'll show him. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. There's one on this lid. I don't know if they see that one.
Right.
And then there's another one on this lid.
But if you hold the phone, hold the phone straight up and just stroll it down.
Let me see what you're talking about.
Just how you hold.
It should be a way to hold on. It should be a way to turn the camera too. You ain't got to be doing all that.
Yeah, but if you
Let's
don't
see.
do it,
Bro, I don't know how to do it. Let me see. No, I don't know how to do it. Let me see.
because I'm figuring like you got the phone like this, just stroll it down.
Oh, you talking about hold it like this?
Yeah, now you can see it just
Or
like
like
that.
that?
Now to me, in my eyes, I'm seeing two shackles on the slave. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't you bond out. So okay, you bond out. They put you on two house arrest bands, two ankle monitors. Like, what's the point and purpose of that? You know, like,
Because I'm making bond. Like my bonds is high, so I'm making these bonds. I think that's the reason. They just want to keep tabs on me. I think that's what it is.
but even if you wanted to keep tabs, if they was gonna use one, they could have used one. But my whole thing is this: I feel like it's degrading all around the board because why y'all not, the people that come out to put them on and the people that come out to take them off, why they not there to, why they job can't be to come knock on doors of people that's on house arrest? You see what I'm saying? To make sure they at home, and if they not, then just put a arrest one out for them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the point.
it's definitely hard to sleep in these things too. It make you want to cut them off. And so one of them is a full metal band, and one of them is a plastic band that I could cut off. But one of them is a full metal band.
Now
That's why I
I'm
gotta keep.
seeing people in,
You gotta keep some socks on because it'll mess your skin up,
right,
your ankles up.
and then it's like certain people saying they had some outlandish cases or murder cases, and they only had one. You know what I'm saying? They put two ankle monitors on you like you ready to skip town and everything. You know what I'm saying? If you
I think due to me having a trucking company, that's the reason why too. They'll think I'll skip town.
yeah,
So I
but
don't know.
you got more to lose. It's
I don't
like
know how these people think,
if
man.
if you live in a legal life, you got more to lose than escape. You see what I'm saying? For a case that
Exactly.
you can fight, with attorney fees that you can afford.
Exactly.
I haven't seen nobody else, until I see a Caucasian man or a woman with two slavery shackles, aka house arrest bands on. I'm gonna feel some kind of way about it. And I'm actually text and call my lawyers after this because I want to see like what's the point and purpose of that. Like, okay, yeah, you personally fighting or dealing with the situation, but you still have a family. You know what I'm saying? You still have parents that care for you, and
Right.
you have parents of age that wasn't in slavery but aware of slavery. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's degrading to me. You see what I'm saying? It's
For sure.
degrading to me to see my son in two shackles on his ankles. And I know your character. You see what I'm saying? Like I know you're a
Yeah.
business owner, you're a loving, caring father. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
they
And
they make me seem
I'm
like they want
fighting.
to put you
I
on
gotta fight for both sides, Pops. You know how I'm fighting
America
over
Most Wanted or
this.
something. Shit, it's crazy, bro.
I gotta fight. I gotta fight. The legal system and beyond. Just as man, this shit crazy.
And then it's sad because the questions that really need to be answered, I know it's your personal issues and your personal life, but it's like when we do speak on our life issues, it can
Hmm.
help others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people got the answers to a lot of stuff. Like, say if we was to join women in here and just ask them hypothetically questions. You see what I'm saying? Like, I
Oh
don't.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like so. If we, not nothing saying to criminate the situation or nothing, but we just hypothetically asking. Just say like a question would be, okay, I go to work. My plans is to keep my child second, the Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It should be no issues. You see what I'm saying? And if
Facts.
a person creating issues, then we know we have rights, you see what I'm saying, to get joint custody. Now, of course, what they would have to do is let me ask a sister. Let me see if I can bring her in here. I want to ask her something. I want to ask her because she have children. Let me see. Black man keeper, send me a request. I want to ask her something. Like, I want to really ask women, like, if they baby daddies is doing great by the child, you know, would they, and the father and the mother not getting along, like, would they come in between that? You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to just see, like, what makes a person do stuff. I don't know, man. There's gonna be 2-hand monitors. That's what I'm saying. Black man keeper, send me a request to join the live. I just want to see something. What ticks people off or what makes them do certain things. But my issue, my main
You
focus.
already know jealousy, envy, greed. That's the three right there. That's gonna tick somebody off. You know, your life going better than somebody else's for some odd reason. Somebody think they should have your life, you know, or they should be doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what God put out on this universe for you to do, your purpose, you know?
Fancy, send me a request. I want a woman to join in. I want a woman to join in. She say my baby daddy act like the baby don't exist if we not together. So I want to ask, like, what would that make you? What do that make you do? Do you just continue on with life and raising your child on your own, or do that make you feel like let you create an issue? You know what I'm saying, with the baby father, because the child is the one that's gonna suffer. Okay, she gonna join us. Let us see. The child is the ones always suffer when it's friction between. So you say, you have, if you're not with the father, then it's kind of like they don't want to be a bother with the child.
You know, like, yeah. So basically, like, if we not together, he he don't call, he don't text, he don't help out financially or anything like that. So I continue to do what I do by myself as a woman. But then he paints the narrative like I'm keeping her from him. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. It's like I'm not gonna bring her to you. I'm not a taxi cab. I'm not gonna make it easy for you to be a father because I'm already doing everything by myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he paints it to everybody else as if I'm keeping her from him. But that's not the case.
You
It's
join
like,
you join in too, Lex, because you went through a situation. I wanna hear from women perspectives on, like, us as men. If we don't see, okay, nephew, safe travels. If we don't see eye to eye with the parents, you know.
and another thing too, when you dealing with a nigga that's in the street and he into it with the world, you gotta think twice about letting your baby go in a car, riding around. You know what I'm saying? Just going from point A to point B is a risk. Is that chocolate milk? So it's like, you know, I got the chocolate milk. Oh my God. I leave it alone until I see some improvement.
Right. Okay, well, click out, because little mama want her chocolate milk. She ain't gonna let us get out the conversation. Hey, Lex.
Hi, I'm sorry, I look a little red.
So, you know, you being a mother, a loving, supporting mother, you know, you did a whole TV show, you know, on the things that you was going through with life, being an artist, being an actress and stylist and everything. And it would make it seems as if you wasn't, how would you say it? Like you wasn't being,
Like I wasn't involved in my children's life.
right. You know what I'm saying? for the sake of the children, we don't got to speak on no identity of the child or nothing. But in certain cases, you know, the father was able to raise his children. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have two sons, and my son goes to UC Berkeley. He plays for the Bears. He's 18 years old. I had him when I was 17, so that goes to show. But yes, my ex-husband has them. So I feel like it doesn't matter on what side of the coin it is. I feel like parents, children, whether it's legal responsibility, custody, financial, that has nothing to do with the involvement with children.
Right.
Those are just like physical components that have nothing to do with the child. The child does not love your money. The child does not love the custody. The child does not love your car or your house. It's about how you love your child. So if somebody is not giving that attention or that time and effort to the child, that's what's going to show the most. It's not necessarily where they are, who they live with. Like, yeah, I have sons. I'm a woman. I cannot raise a son. I can love my sons, but I cannot raise them to be men. And I know that. But can I give them love? Can I give them support? Can I check on them? Can I do things for them? Yes. But if I'm not with their father, I feel like that's selfish. And a lot of women do that. They try to take the kids as like pawns. You know what I'm saying? If I had two daughters, it'd probably be a different situation. But as for sons, like, black men go through enough in this country already, let alone to be raised by a woman. Somebody like me, like I'm a girl all the way around. So it's like, how am I going to raise a son? My dad's not here with me. So, you know, I just feel like whatever makes somebody like him, because I don't want to be with him no more, then he wants to go to, you know, he's a lawyer. So he want to go do this whole bid of trying to like take the kids and keep them away from me. And it's like, at the end of the day, those are things who are very selfish, extremely selfish. And it's one-sided, honestly. Like, men probably get it more than women do. But if you have somebody that, once you fall out of a relationship with someone and you really recognize their character, it's inevitable. Like, it's gonna be a problem. And so it's when the kids get older and they start to recognize that, you know, the faults at the parents. Like, my son calls me, he came out to visit me in New York. Like, he's over that, under my dad's reign. Like, the kids are gonna get old enough to recognize the flaws in their parents.
So basically, as parents, we should do as smart, intelligent parents should do, and never build a bridge between the children, you know, and help the child understand if the children are under one household with one parent, that doesn't mean the other parent don't love them equally. Yeah. And I think like, say, like for you and your situation, you documented it worldwide, you know, that, you know, you was pursuing your music career, your acting career, and the children's father had to step up and raise the boys. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So with him doing that, I remember seeing or hearing you feeling like he built a bridge between the children and yourself, which was not right at all. No parent should do that, because the child is the one that suffers from those situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So okay, so we know that from your TV show, probably those that's seen it, you know what I'm saying? But now from a man's perspective, because I see Kane over here saying it's the women, and that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to do no point, no finger. Everybody,
it's not like a.
I can't finish talking, bro. Let me, because if you go do that, I'm gonna get you out of here. You already know that. So you know what I'm saying? He, as you were speaking, it's the women with red faces. You know what I'm saying? Had me. So now, if he's a father, you know what I'm saying? If he's a father, which he is a father, and if he's raising his children solely, and I don't like to really too much say solely, because a lot of people do say if the mother is sending money, you know, to help with the kids and doing her part, but she probably just working 16-hour shifts a day to support herself and probably kids that she don't have with Kane, then that, I want it to be honest and truthful. I don't want nobody, because I'm basically trying to help situations like this. I don't go through these situations, like, I ain't gonna go through that. You know, I'd rather just not deal with the person and handle whatever I'm gonna handle with the child or whatever, you know. And that's why it is important to raise a child in one household or under one roof, but it don't always go like that. So go on, take the flow, Kane, right quick.
So when I said it's really the women, it's not a blaming game. You gotta understand. So if the woman is the earth, and essentially, I mean, the child is the seed, right? So look, this is why I said a lot of the time is the woman. Now, if the man walk away from the house, it's on him, and those are situations that happen like that. But a lot of times, they don't even have nothing to do with her wanting what he got, or like basically, you know how some women say we're doing the breakup, it's like the woman got it easy. A lot of those women choose that because there's a mentality that women grow up with that says, can't nobody love you like I could love you. Can't no, and listen, this is how most women think. Can't nobody love their child like they can love their child. So you discrediting the man. So what happens is during the breakup and y'all splitting, that child goes separate ways, a lot of women don't even feel mentally already. They won't even trust that the father would be a suit for the child. They would feel like they would take way better care of that child. And that bring a lot of other things into it because it's a thought process. It's not, the thing is, for you to fuck up a whole society, all you got to do is poison what breeds that society. And women is what breeds our society. Women is what breeds that. A lot of the conversation and talk growing up that I heard is a lot of the things that affect, that I start witnessing when I got older. Seek a man with some money. If a nigga can't do nothing for you, this, that, and the third, you don't have to stay with him because you got a child. You don't have to do this. All that type of pre-programming growing up, and then when you go through something, and you going through something, most of the time, them women literally who like scar their children. You break up. Both of my baby mamas did. Both of them did two different things after the split. Both of them went hours away from me. And then
everybody's not like that though. Like that
no,
perspective
but
is
this
very
is
one-sided.
it's
Like,
not an argument because it's just
Hold on, because we all know everybody can't talk at one time.
Yeah.
okay.
So it's not an argument.
Hold
it's
on,
just an opinion.
Hey, come on, bro. I'm gonna get you out of here. So you got your point, Lexus. You got your point. Now you come in and you've been watching, so you know that as a parent, if you have your children. See, because now I want to speak on another situation because you can allow the people from your garment, they don't know if you Muslim or if you Moor or whatever. So now in different religions, people raise their children different ways too. So now I want you to enlighten us on from a religious standpoint, do you go through what a non-religious group of people go through far as if it's a breakup in a relationship, do you still be a woman, whether it's religion or not, and you just say, oh, he a deadbeat daddy? Like, how do you handle situations like that? But you got to kind of answer in two-part questions from a religious standpoint and from just, or if you just on your regular non-religious and how you handle it. So help us out.
Is it okay if I just speak from a woman's standpoint, JoJo?
Okay, well, go ahead.
Even though I do identify as Hebrew Israelite RBG, I want to say first and foremost, I seen a sister come on a post early on your live, and I noticed she said niggas. You heard what she said, JoJo? She say what she say, the niggas, the niggas you have a baby by. What she was saying, something like you can't have your children riding with them in a car, something like that.
Oh, is this her right here? She did a TV show.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I didn't say
my
I didn't say niggas. I don't. My ex-husband is a man, a Nigerian.
Okay,
man.
well,
That
I'm
wasn't me.
pretty sure I heard niggas.
That was the other girl.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying the other sister, right? Not her. It was another sister there.
Right. I forgot about. Okay, right. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because they kept clicking me off, JoJo. Okay, so the sister was like, you can't have, when you have babies by niggas, you can't be having them in a car with everybody. I wanted to address that first. Because why would you have a baby by a man who you feel like is a gangster or just in the streets or just a nobody? Why would you open up your legs for any man and then want to pull your child away from him and say, oh, he a gangster. He in a system. It's deeper than that. And what a lot of sisters do is they be mad at the brothers. They use emotion. See, I'm more logical over emotional. You heard me? So they use emotion like, oh, he with another woman. Oh, he don't want to be with me. Me personally, I wouldn't do that because I know that my children they see his father. You get what I'm saying, JoJo? Especially when it comes down to a little boy, they need that man figure. And no matter what a woman say, we cannot teach a little boy how to be a man because we are not men. You hear me? So we can't teach little boys these things. And I feel like what a lot of sisters is doing is they're putting their emotions before, their logic.
Right.
And what they're doing is they're creating imbalance in the black family structure, and they're not holding themselves accountable. But when it goes deeper, we can say laying down with deadbeats, but at the end of the day, it all goes down to you opening your legs and letting this man bust in you.
Yeah.
So like, you excuse my language, and now we have a problem because 9 out of 10, the man don't want to be with that woman no more because he found out who she really was.
Right.
And women use children as pawn, Jojo. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
I speak on it all the time. So that's just my standpoint. I feel like no matter what the woman and the man go through, you don't keep your child away from that man. That's their father. Whether y'all got a divorce, whatever, they need that parent. Like, it's imperative that the children have their fathers in their lives. No matter how you fucking feel, you heard me?
Yeah.
Don't matter how you feel, they need that father.
So now, during this generation of time and previous as well, we see that I call it a trapper brother baby, right?
Right.
So, her intentions, I don't really like speaking on other people's business, but if it's for the public and it was in the public, then it is what it is. But we see a famous artist to where a woman was the stripper. He had unprotected sex with her. She was keeping a baby. They probably was having a relationship for however long. Then she decided, hey, I'm not going to keep playing this game. I'm going to go and trap him with the baby. So now it's not a love child. So some people get caught up in, I can enjoy having sex with multiple women or whatever. That don't mean that I'm trying to bring no child in the world with this person, though. You know what I'm saying? So now, and that's when they say, well, you have to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? And strap up. But
a lot of these men do ask for abortions. I can say that, though.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But a lot of these men, and the women, my body, my choice, these sexual liberated sisters want to keep the baby because they only want to keep the baby. A lot of these sisters want to keep the baby to use the baby as a pawn because they got the upper hand when they got the child. So now it's, I'm going to use the baby so he can do what I say do.
That's terrible.
Right.
See, look, and that's that go what I was saying. What I said is really the women because they have more control. Like,
well, look, Kane after Kane, so what he say? Lex, you and him, Lex, go out so I can bring some more people in because they got.
I just want to have one thing to say before I tap out. But go ahead.
I was saying that's why I was saying it wasn't more like is they have a lot of the power. Like, even when you leave the hospital, the woman is technically that baby's only parents until you fill out all the paperwork and stuff. So when I say really is the women, like, they do have a lot of the, and it's for them to adjust their thinking like I said, like, even when I go to, I'm in court for my kids, I got 50-50 joint legal custody of my kids. I went to court pro se. The judge, she asked the judge for full custody, but she's asking the judge for child support. I said, Your Honor, let me ask you something. I said, why would she ask for full custody and responsibility for children that she can't even afford to take care of? I said, don't that sound like it's out of malice or something? And that's when the judge awarded me what he awarded me, because it don't make sense. A lot of the times it's just to keep that, a lot of a relationship, and it ain't just the women, men do it too. They money is the power. The emotional attachment that you got for him and they play is the power. Like, but with women, it's like that's their chance to get power. I got something you love. This your seed, your offspring. This your lineage.
Now, hold on. Now, let me ask you something, Kane, because when you went through that process, did you have to hire an attorney, or how did you go through the process of getting the 50-50 legal custody? I need that information because I have people that be DMing me and need that information. So if you have like a Della Law or whoever you,
it's simple. It's simple. All you got to do is when you go to the clerk's office and you file it. So it's gonna be like 60. It's gonna be like
the clerk office where you have to be.
My bad. Go to the county. Go to your local county jail or wherever y'all filing office is for y'all judicial system. Go to the clerk's office. They're gonna give you the papers to file a civil court for to create a parenting plan. So it's really simple. And you pay when you go to court. You show up. You can hire a lawyer or you can go pro se. And it's gonna be on the same thing. It's gonna be on the judge side. Most of the time, a lot of the dudes that's on have the custody issues, that's because they got put on child support through like TANF, and they didn't, and the mother gave them a false address, or a dude got the letter and didn't go to court, and now she got $600 a month child support and all this other shit because he didn't go to court. But if you go to court, you still, because when you walk in the courtroom, they initially give you 50-50 rights. So you don't feel like no man walk in the courtroom with no rights. That's not true. When you walk in there, you have 50-50 rights. Now, for you to get a certain custody, like I have to have a certain custody, like I had 2 children, so I had to move from my other house to a bigger house that had a bedroom for my son and daughter because they can't share rooms. So a guardian ad litem got to walk through your house, see what's going on, see how you living. They're gonna ask how your work schedule. How do you plan to keep the kids while they're at work? How do you give them to school? This, that, and the third. And they're gonna go through all of that. So a lot of those X's got to be marked off. You know what I mean? And then if you get 50-50 joint legal custody, they can't do nothing like without you will get full rights. Like it's at the click of a button, you'll be straight. Anything, and not a doctor's office, not a school visits. They can't transfer them schools. They can't transfer doctors. Nothing. So they can't leave the state.
The guardian to basically control the situation over the child. Okay, so you can click out, and now Lex, you say your piece.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how a child is conceived. You know, at the end of the day, there's a new life in this world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we take our emotions out of it, like she was saying, it's very emotional. But the logic, when you think about logically, like this child is going to be 18. This child has to function in society. So the whole purpose is to raise a good being. Like as Black men and Black people already, we have a lot of things that we have to, you know, cipher through in life. So having parents that are dysfunctional parents, it's not dysfunctional families, it's dysfunctional parents because they can't get along. It's really not about keeping the child from anybody or who got the most money. It's really about if you're a happy person, you don't want no evil for nobody. If you're a happy person, you want the best for that person, regardless if you're with them, regardless if they hate you or not. That's haters in their blood. You can still raise a child and function in life if they live in your household or not. So sometimes it's best for us to take ourselves out of the situation instead of trying to, you know, be with somebody that you know is not good for you. It's a toxic environment. Now you see you try to stay in a situation with a man or a woman and y'all fighting and the kid is seeing this. Like sometimes, yeah, it hurts. It hurts to not be with your child every day. But you know, at the end of the day, when they grow up and they're happy in life and they have a positive outlook, it's not going to be because you're selfish reason. You're toxic and you're trying to stay in situations that are bad. So that's all I say. Like if it's not working out, you know what I'm saying? That child still has to grow. That child still has to be nourished with love and positive support, education, awareness. It's not about us. It's about us, yeah, but it's not about us when you're raising a child. So that's all that I have to say about it. Like you could, you know, relationships happen, love, marriages, divorce, all that stuff happens. But at the end of the day, you're bringing a new life into this world, something that God has blessed you with. Like it's a blessing to have a child.
Yeah,
I
so
have a child at 17.
the main focus is keeping the child safe at all times. And
keeping the child safe in a positive environment.
Keep the friction away from the child as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Because they are going to go to school every day. And there are some kids that both parents come pick them up from school and they go to the same house with each other. So it is friction, you know, or it's confusing for the child to say, hey, mommy, you taking me to school, you picking me up. Where's daddy? Or now it start raising questions. Do daddy don't love me? You know, so now you will have to hope and say, daddy loves you a lot. But you know, the job daddy has, he has to travel a lot. So when Christmas come around and your birthday come around, he has money. And when you get older, you'll understand that. So it's just the way that the parent have to say it. Not the
way they handle it.
Yeah, not the bitter parents that bash the mother, bash the father.
Absolutely.
Like that's something I would never do, whether I got along with the, you know, whether I got along with the parent, the other parent or not. That's just something I would never do.
I was about to say that, JoJo. So like, yeah, I was about to say that. Even if y'all don't get along, you're never supposed to let the children see that.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Hey, JoJo. I'm sorry I was letting you up.
All right.
How you doing, JoJo? Yes, I am a single mom of 3, but On the way I handled that was I had my dad then who before my dad passed away, he was murdered in Chicago. This is where I'm from, the
Condolences.
south side of Chicago.
Sorry to hear that.
And he helped me out as far as helping me with my sons. I had 2 boys, you know, they're gonna be grown men, and he used to tell them a lot. The way you treat your mother is the way you're gonna treat your girlfriend. The way you treat your girlfriend is the way you're gonna treat your mother.
Mhm.
So it takes what I mean by that is it takes a village to raise a child. It don't need to be necessary, and this is what I'm gonna get to. It doesn't mean it's necessary that the father got to take care of it. You have grandparents, you got their grandparents, you know, your son's mother and father and sisters and, you know, aunties and uncles. Let them get involved in their lives. You know, this new era, and I hate to say that about this new era, they always think of, oh, my baby daddy ain't that, this and that and the other. But they're not thinking about what are they doing. What are they doing in order for this child to grow up, become a young man or young woman? You know, it destroys me every time I hear about African American young women, period, saying, oh, my baby daddy, it's not about him. It's about him too, because you got to get him involved. If he doesn't get you involved, it's the simple fact it is, he's out there trying to find another woman to get pregnant. See, the way you have to start your relationship is the way you needed to end it, your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get along with my daughter's father, my ex-husband, which is my son's father. I had to break away from him because he was abusive towards me. Why would I see in some man's face that was abusive towards me in front of our boys? They don't need to see that.
Okay, now let me ask you this. He was abusive, which was wrong, to be abusive to you in front of them. Now, if they are boys and their father is being abusive to the mother, verbally or physical, that's a child learns everything that they see and know. So that would mean that them boys could grow up and experience that as well, not knowing if they like that or don't like that, you know. But if you a loving mother, they don't want to never see their mother crying or never see their mother hurt. So one thing about a person, you're gonna recognize happiness and you're gonna recognize pain. So if their
Yeah.
father was bringing pain to their mother, that can sometimes make the young man grow up to never want to put pain on another woman because he experienced that and it was traumatizing to him as a young boy.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, sister. And go ahead.
Problem, salute, keep doing what you're doing. And I got to get you on my podcast another day, so we'll link up. I inbox you and everything. So I wanted to say salute. Keep pushing it. You know, this topic is going to be very hot. So
Okay,
salute, guys. Please be good.
thank you. So
Hey Jojo, how you doing?
all right, go.
How you doing?
You
Hello?
want something to say before you close out?
I can't
What you
hear
said, JoJo?
Do you want to say something else before you close out?
Yeah, when we gonna get married?
you.
Better click me off this bitch now. You heard it?
I
He said, "Don't start your shit.
don't want no baby mama drama.
None of that.
You licensed,
You know we see polygyny over here."
yeah, and you licensed to carry, so I don't want no smoke. But I'm gonna keep you on because the polygamy, we want to speak on that. But go ahead, sir.
Hold on.
Hold
I'm with
on. So go ahead. You on. Go ahead.
Oh, me? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing, Jojo? How you darling?
All
How
right.
you doing?
All right. Yourself.
I just wanted to say I'm good, honey. I'm blessed. I have 4 brothers and my mom. She passed away 2 years ago, but she was a single mom. She took care of all of us.
Condolences to you and the family.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, but like, you know, I grew up in the projects. You know, I had everything. My mother gave me everything, so I didn't want for anything.
Mm-hmm.
When I started to have my kids, I have 2 kids. I always want to say, you know what? I want them to have a dad. I want them to have what I didn't have, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which is 2 parents in the house. And thank God I'm married 27 years and I'm blessed, you know,
Congratulations.
which is a good thing. But like, you know,
Okay,
these
now I'm gonna stop you because she brung up polygamy and you married for 27 years.
Yes.
Now, just being realistic, that means that you're my mind all over the place. But what is it called? That you monogamy. You in
Monogamy.
a
Monogamy. Yeah.
Monogamy.
Yeah.
you
Right.
marriage. And so when you will hear someone speak of polygamy, do you just do the best you can do as when you met your husband, like find it? Well, 27 years is a long time ago, so I don't know if you was as
Yeah. I was
sharp.
a teenager. I was like 19 years old then. Yeah.
So that's just kind of like a lot of marriages can stick together just because neither parent, no step parents in the way.
Right. Well, I have three step kids too.
But I'm people
I
don't
can't
want
even.
you got air, your air blowing.
Yeah, she does. Not me. It's her.
Your,
I'm in the house.
That's my phone, JoJo.
yeah, the
Yeah.
wind blowing. So so it's like so okay, so she believe in polygamy and you don't. You got a monogamous marriage for 27 years. Y'all came up as teenagers together. So y'all had children and raised your family, and then you had three stepchildren outside of you.
Yep.
Now, question:
Yep.
was that
Correct.
before you, or was that during the marriage?
That was before me. It was before me.
Okay, so that was okay. Cool. So I don't
He's
want to
11
ask
years
you.
older than I am. So he's
Yeah,
older
I
than
don't
I
want to
am.
ask hypothetically questions like, oh, well, what if he done it while you was married? Would you would have stayed? I don't want to get into all that. You know what I'm saying? I like to
Right.
deal
Right.
with it's keeping it
Exactly.
real.
What's
So
going on?
no component. You dig what I'm saying? So no,
Right.
I want to. Okay, so being married for 27 years, you can teach people on here something. How do y'all keep the flames
Of
lit?
course.
Do it get hard? I know it ain't easy.
Well, he's opposite of me. We're both Tauruses. He's 11 years older than I am. I'm 47. He's 58. He's been in the music industry for 30 some years. When I met him, it's all, going to clubs and doing music, doing DJ and stuff like that. I didn't have to deal with, the cheating, the late nights and this and that. I could have been there all the time. You know what I mean? Being in the studio and stuff like that. He didn't actually want any kids because he already had 3. My plan was, you know what? I want a kid. I want to get married. That's any woman's dream. So it happened. But the bad side of it is when you have kids out that are prior to that, the one that he was married to got divorced. She took it hard. She didn't want her child around me, being around another woman, things like that. So it's hard. You know what I mean? For
Now,
another woman
now,
being around her child. That was number one.
now
Number
stop you
2
for
is,
a sec.
I treated them just like my own.
Now I want to stop you. That just show your
I can't
character.
hear
That's
you.
a great thing for you to do. I said that's a great thing for you to do. I'm going it out. Damn. She gonna have to come back in.
Tell him to go grab my strap out the house.
She probably gonna have to. She gonna have to probably come back in. But I wanted to ask her. So that means she a great woman that she accepted those kids prior to her as her own. I like to hear stories like that. Damn, I forgot what I had wanted to ask her because I was trying to.
She the type of sister, JoJo, that'll make a beautiful polygynous union.
You say what?
I say the lady that just came on alive, she the type of sister that make a good polygynous union.
Listen,
How she said it
I'm
with
with
the
it.
children just now?
I'm with
Go
it.
ahead. Say she with it.
What was you saying? What's she saying?
You can't hear me, JoJo?
I can hear you, but you said that she would be a. Well, let me.
Yeah, she would be the type of sister that'll make a good polygynous union. That'll be a good sister wife.
I'm gonna bring her back in. Why you keep like, hold on?
Okay, I'm here.
So
JoJo,
go ahead.
can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
But let her finish her story.
Well, I mean, I had the one that he was married to when they were going through divorce. It all came up as I don't want him around you. I mean, he
You're
was
not seeing.
only 3 years old, the son, but it's a lot, and she had something that she had to get used to. Her son wasn't going home saying bad things. I'm buying him things like I'm buying my own kids. It was just that he didn't get to live with him for a long time like he does ours. So that falls in the category also, because he has a daughter that's 30 years old. And when I had my daughter, she's now 16, but when I had her, she felt that, she was taking the place of her.
I don't want to cut you, stop it in your thoughts. I know what I wanted to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You said that he had 3 kids prior to you, right?
Two, not 3, 2.
Well, he had
2.
2 and you
By
didn't
2
have,
different women.
he had 2 and you didn't have any.
None. Correct.
And he didn't want no more kids, but I don't like to put that in the atmosphere, but it is what it is.
No.
He had 2.
It is, yeah.
He was good. So now the question is, you basically had a child against his will. And
no, because no, I'm gonna say something.
But hold on,
we were together. Okay.
We ain't finna do that. Because if you say,
Yep, nope.
I don't want his child, of course, to see this and then feel like the child want it. So that's why these is always touchy stuff. Lexus, I don't know what you got going on over there, but I'm gonna get you out of here. You dropping stuff, fumbling, doing way too
Sound
much.
like she in a
Hold
prison.
on. I'm trying to
like,
get into polygamy. All right.
Yeah, chill out, man. So basically, so you got, you know what I'm saying? So the brother said he ain't want no more children. You took it upon yourself to say, I want a child. Now, him being with you, liking you, loving you, or whatever, it's like, I spoke on this earlier. I said, guys love to just have sex and the feeling of the sex, but not what can come with that. You know what I'm saying? Meaning a child.
Correct. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but with him knowing that, bro, you got to use the condom. You see what I'm saying? And if she don't have her tubes tied or on a shot or whatever, then 9 times out of 10, this baby is going to come from that. So now it's like this child would be his, so he don't want to. You see what I mean? Like you coming into that union of this child being born with frustration because you didn't want to
explain it to you. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen, though. That didn't happen. I'm going to explain it to you. We were together for 5 years, right? And I said to him, I said, you know what? I want a baby. If you don't want that, then we're going to depart. We wasn't married and nothing like that. So he was like, you know what? It is. I said, if you want one, we can. If not, then I got to go.
But
a year later, I had a baby.
Put pressure on him. You still held.
I didn't put pressure on him.
You trying to give him that ultimatum, and you shouldn't do that as a woman. Give no man no ultimatum. Women don't call shots. They don't give men ultimatum and say, "Oh, if you don't want this baby, then I'm gone."
But that's what happened. So go ahead, because that's what she done.
I mean, everyone has their choices.
Yeah,
so,
they got their
like
choice.
I said,
but
he
he
did married after I had my daughter.
But he did like and love you for you because you was basically like a virgin to him. No children, no pre-made, no.
That is true.
Pre-ready family. You see what I'm saying? So that's what to keep the person tiptoeing. Like, damn, she don't got no kids, so I don't gotta have no baby daddy drama issues or whatever. She do say she love me, but then here come this ultimatum. You see what I'm saying? I don't want no more kids, and she gonna hold me against my will because if she do get pregnant, it's out of my control at that point. So that really do frustrates a guy, and I don't know. I know some people would disagree with it, so I'm not even gonna say that. I was saying basically to compare that to when a person takes something from take the sex from a person, but I'm not gonna compare the two. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
That is not the same thing.
Yeah, I'm saying. So I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say that it's a feeling. I think the feeling is somewhat mutual when a person really don't want a child. Because if you're a person that really loves children and you can barely take care of the ones you have, you know what I'm saying? So now you're dealing with a woman that you just trying to enjoy her company. You just trying to enjoy what y'all got going on. And in her mind, she like the first time I'm getting pregnant, I'm keeping it, unbeknownst to him. So he just keep on going with the flow, thinking, oh, she on some player time. She just enjoying it like I want it. Because you do meet some women that's very selfish and say, oh, I don't want no kids because I want to keep my hair done, my nails, I want to ride slick, I want to live good, and I want to be able to pick up and go when I want. You know what I'm saying? These things I've heard throughout my life. But soon as they come across certain guys, all that go out the window. So this woman that probably didn't have kids up until she was 35 years old or 30 years old, now that she meets a certain kind of guy, she decides she gonna keep this child. You know what I'm saying? And he might got 5 already. And she not realizing like it's already a lot juggling between the 5 that he has, different emotions. You really can't give each one enough time amongst each other. And now here you bringing in another one and another one and another one. It's kind of like watching, I think Moria, one of them shows where a guy fathered like 30-something kids. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't even know each other. They could have been sleeping with each other and everything. So when you're a parent that wants your kids to be aware of each other and know of each other, because some people be like, oh, I ain't dealing with a guy that got a lot of kids, or you got brothers that'll say, I ain't dealing with a woman that got a lot of kids. And it's kind of like some would say, okay, each situation didn't work out, and then she got the nerve to have 7 different baby fathers. Something wrong with her. So, okay, now, like you said, you got a choice. So if that woman told you she got 7 kids, some guys' mind say, oh, she's a professional in the bed. So he want to try that out. You see what I'm saying? Because he like, oh, she birthed seven kids. She a pro in the bed. So you got people that put a blind eye on the fact that she's a breeder too. It ain't just you know what I'm saying? She's a breeder and she don't believe in abortions. So now you go jumping in that pool right there and swimming with that.
And he make himself a victim.
You see what I'm saying? So, but you can continue. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You can finish what you were saying. I just wanted to stop it at that point because
You talking to me?
I see when I was
Jojo,
saying,
me?
yes, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. No,
Yes,
so,
because when I said that he didn't want kids, as you said, he didn't want children, but you knew in your heart that you wanted children, and you gave him a time span. You know what I'm saying? You gave him an ultimatum. And
No, I didn't give him a time span. I said I wanted one, and if he didn't want to, then it wasn't for me. I'd rather do it at the beginning of the relationship than wait 10 years. So we end up having 2 kids. We're the happiest couple in the world. I have a son and a daughter. I mean, we're amazing. And the key to some relationships are, like you said, you know, you go into something which, you know, sometimes negative, or sometimes you go into, you know, your mind open. A lot of situations like nowadays that we see, you know, I'm grown, I'm in my 40s. Some of these girls, like, you know, the conversations that these queens will have, they hold the kid from the father. That's hurting the child. You know what I mean? The child is the main source. I would never want to do that. Like my stepson, he's almost 20-some years old. My stepdaughter's 30. I mean, they're the closest things to me.
You can close out right now because we only had 22 seconds remaining. So we'll get back to it. Thank y'all for